Hey, I'm Christine.
And I'm Tracy.
Welcome back to our channel.
We're just going to answer some quick questions to get to know us.
What do I do when I'm not doing Arcane? I sleep, I eat, I watch movies, watch Netflix, go to church, love Jesus. That's me.
I do a lot of live theater. Right now I'm supposed to be learning my lines for something that I haven't because I suck. I do a lot of stuff with my family.
We watch Vines.
The other day, we were watching an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and there was like a post office episode, and Taj said, "Wait a minute, Mr. Postman," and I went, "Hey," and he like didn't really like acknowledge me, and I was like, first of all, that was a banger joke, you're disrespectful. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then he had to look it up, and then he was like, oh, I did know what you were talking about. And then he laughed, and it was like, it's not funny.
I'm really clumsy. This coincides with the Vines. Yesterday I was walking into her room and I dropped some sushi on the floor, right? And she looked over, she was like, oh no. And I said, you know, your girl got this sushi for free. Okay.
It was really sad. It was more sad because I tripped over. Honestly, that would have been like really depressing if that Vine didn't exist. We said the Vine and we laughed about it, but also like
I jumped past the sushi. Like I was gonna eat that, and now it's floor food.
Scariest dream. Oh, I have one. This is gonna sound like nonsense, but when I was younger, my sister told me that if you had a dream more than once, that it was basically like a premonition and it was going to come true. Or it was a memory. And so, like, I was really dumb. And I believed her because she also kept having a dream that there was a shark in the pool, and like it was me and our like childhood friend, and she was like, and I would always save her and you would get eaten by the shark. And I've had that dream like 6 times, Tracy, so I wouldn't get in the pool. My scary dream was, this is when Shrek was first coming out, but I had a dream that I was in his swamp. I was like, oh, this is weird. I don't want to be here. It's gross. And then Shrek came out, but he was like really, really big. Like, I was like this big, and he was like as big as a giant. He kept trying to stomp on me. And I just had to keep running, and I was so tired, but he was just like, I'm gonna stomp on you. So I was scared because I had that dream multiple times, and that meant it was gonna come true, and I was like, Mom, I'm so scared, I don't want to go to sleep anymore.
Did you watch Shrek a lot?
No. So we went to Kmart, and it was when the movie was coming out, so they had that giant cutout of Shrek, and I just knew he was gonna try to stomp on me. And I like ran away from my mom and ran back outside of the store, and I got in trouble from running away, but my mom was like, what are you doing? And I was like, he's gonna stomp on me. And it might have happened differently, but that is vividly how I remember it. I might have just been like, probably is more realistic, but the way I remember is I ran out of the store.
The only scary dream I remember is like as a child I would also have a recurring dream, but I didn't think it was gonna come true. So in the dream, which is a nightmare by the way, in the nightmare I used to watch the Batman cartoon a lot as a kid, the good one, the 90s one where he had like a square face and the, you know which one I'm talking about? I guess I was on top of a large building in Gotham looking down at the city because I'm obviously a superhero and Batman needs my help. So I run up to him and Robin and I'm like, hey dudes, well obviously I'm paraphrasing.
Tell us exactly what happened.
How can I help? What's the mission or whatever. And they turn around and they don't have any eyes. And nobody in the city has eyes and they're all trying to get me. And I think that's it. But also, it was really scary. I had that dream a few times, nightmare a few times. It was really scary.
Let's move on. That was so weird.
In the eyes, it was scary.
My scary dream was almost jovial. Like,
there was another scary dream. We lived in West Point at the time, and my dad worked somewhere on post, but there was like this big area in front of his building, right? And so in this nightmare, it's nighttime, and I think my family is the only one left. And we're running away from this like purple cloud that's trying to get us. My little sister was a baby at the time, so like my mom's carrying the baby. I'm running with my dad, and we're all running. And we stop because he has to use the bathroom. In my nightmare, he has to poop. So we're waiting outside the stall for him to poop. Like the thing is coming. And we have to leave him. And it made me so sad. It made me cry because it's like, dude, we're leaving him to this purple cloud thing. And I don't remember what happened after that, but there was like a cage. Or like a bird cage. I don't No, it was weird. It was a very long time ago. It was scary.
Next, most awkward date. So my very first date was with my first boyfriend, and my dad was like, "You're not allowed to go on dates," and I was like, "Why? We're just going to Chili's. Welcome to Chili's." And so they were like, "Well, we're gonna go too." But so we went to Chili's, and so I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be like some kind of like a little bit weird double date, but it's not that weird because I'm friends with my parents. I don't mind hanging out with my parents and my boyfriend. That wasn't weird to me. So we get to Chili's. The lady's like, 4? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, no. 2 and 2, okay? Like, fine, that was weird. I thought we were all gonna eat together. So then the lady put us at tables, like, here was my table, and here was my parents' table, which was way weirder than just being together. Because then I'd be like, oh, Dad, and then he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, stranger. Are you talking to me? Really loud. And it was just like a really weird experience. And I was like, can we just sit together? Because this is weird, because you guys are just watching us and taking pictures of us. My mom is a picture-holic, and it was just really, it was a weird experience. If you could only eat one thing forever, what would it be? I feel like chicken cocktail.
It's pretty good. I don't think I could only eat one thing forever. I love variety.
I hate variety.
This is basically the same as what's your favorite, but disguised differently. I guess potatoes, since I can do stuff with them, but like, I don't want to only eat potatoes for the rest of my life. You know what I like? I like meat. I like beef. I like cows. But I like chicken.
That's not answering the question at all.
I can't eat one thing forever, okay?
Mine would be chicken katsu. I'm a very, like, I could probably eat the same thing every day for the rest of my life.
If I could eat one thing every day for the rest of my life, it'd be Golden Corral because they have variety.
Describe your first crush.
My first crush? Wow. Okay, so we're going all the way back. way back. When I was in pre-K. I don't remember what they look like, but I do remember, this is not really answering the question, but it kind of is. But there was like this little kid, I think he was blind, and he was my boyfriend in pre-K, and we were bowling the little pre-K bowling stuff. And this other little dude got a strike. And I was like,
did you
ooh,
leave your boyfriend?
He's my boyfriend now. And the other guy was like, you still like me? And I was like, no. And he said, and he turned around.
Was he blind though?
Blonde.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
like, you're rude because like, and you're mad that he didn't get a strike?
That was preschool. That's what I think about when I think first crush. I think about that bowling story. But I have to say my real first crush would be in 5th grade. I was in like You're Smarter Than Everyone Else class. We called it Alpha back then. And so we would leave our regular class and go to our honors classes and then come back to class. There was this kid that I met, and he sat next to me, and I didn't think he was all that cute at first. And then like he started talking to me, and he was really funny, and he was really nice, and then I like fell in love with him. And then at the end of 5th grade, he was my boyfriend.
I would have left him for somebody who bowled better though.
He actually left me, and it really hurt my feelings because I remember I called him, and some other girl answered the phone, and she's like, who's this? And I was like, this is Christine. And she's like, I don't want you to talk to her anymore. She could be ugly. And I hung up. And I was like, wow. That was my crush.
My first crush was on a boy named Paul. I honestly don't think I ever talked to him, not even once. But he was so cute, and like, yeah, he was honestly just really cute. That's probably why I liked him. I would write about him in my journal all the time, and I'd be like, oh, this is Paul. And I used to do those like weird like love test games where it would like test your compatibility based off your names. And like, I'd be like, what? We're only at a 62%. But like, if it didn't work out in my favor for a boy, I would like add words like love test generator, and so my score would just be ridiculously high. Or like girlfriend to boyfriend, I would just change the words completely until my score was decent. But I do remember Paul had an older sister named Teresa, and so I was at a party with those girls who I tried to be Powerpuff Girls with, and my sister Teresa was there, and I just remember like she said that she did not like Jasmine, which is my sister, and she was like, I don't like Jasmine, and I was like, that's my sister. So then I had to stop having a crush on Paul. So
That's good sistering right there.
It really was.
She picked up this boy that she never talked to.
It was devastating because like I'm a psychopath, and like
Clearly.
when I still do it sometimes. Like I play pretend as I'm going to bed.
Everybody does.
But sometimes I'm like, you're a little ridiculous. I had this giant teddy bear and I pretend it was Paul, and he would hold me when I would go to bed.
It's actually not weird.
And so I had to change my teddy bear from Paul. But he had been Paul for so long, it was devastating. And I was just like, my whole life, this whole story that I've been creating for months with this teddy bear at night is just down the drain. But I did have a crush on this boy, Ryan, who lived next door.
Is that why your character's name is Ryan?
No, completely unrelated, but ironic. But I did, and so that was the first boy that I talked to that I had a crush on, because we were friends and we play all the time. I just remember one time I built up the courage to tell him that I liked him because my friend said it was a good idea. Worst idea. And I was like, I have a crush on you or whatever. I like you. And he was like, ew. And I was like, ew, I was just kidding. You're gross. And I ran away. I played with him every day still.
I had a crush on all of the X-Men cartoon characters that were guys. So
yeah, I also had a crush on Danny Phantom.
Yeah, he reminded me of my fifth grade crush.
Cartoon crushes.
I was a little floozy as a child with my crushes because I had a crush on He-Man, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, even when he was blue, Quicksilver, and I don't know, just name some other Freakazoid. I had a crush on Freakazoid, but I don't know.
I had a crush on Draken. That's what he looks like.
And so I would always pretend that all those guys shared me as a girlfriend, and some days I'd be on dates with him and I'd be like, oh sorry, it's He-Man tonight to hang out with me.
I didn't do that. I don't really think that
What's weirder, the teddy bear or the superhero posse of boyfriends?
I was just about to bring that back up. So we hope you got to know us from this.
Yeah.
Or just a tad. Like this video if you play pretend. Like this video if you were a floozy at one point.
Even if you were an imaginary floozy.
Yeah.
So it's never a real floozy. Like this video if you have to eat to live.
Like this video if you would never only eat one thing. And we'll catch you again.